I'm Lazy Man Prepper, and today I'm just going to show you some knives that I built. So if you watched the first video I did on designing the Lazy Man Prepper knife, this is what I came up with. And I'll leave a link to that video down below, but there's been some changes. Version number 2. This is 1.25 inches by 1/4 inch. The blade length is 6 inches. This has the spay tip on it, or a drop point. This is based off of the Jessica X. This has a single choil because this is very hard to make. Still has the welded butt plate or pommel and single choil. The third one that I made is identical in size and shape except for the tip. Went more with a classic Bowie style or a straight tip end on it. So let me go over my thought process on designing this knife. And again, this is just a prototype. This blade isn't sharp. It's made out of just a piece of bar stock. This knife is designed to process wood, like batoning and chopping. It's going to be used for fire starting with feather sticks, bow drills, and striking a ferro rod. It's going to be used for pounding. It's going to be used for skinning. And of course, emergency self-defense. Here are the features that I came up with that I got to have on my knife. Straight spine. A lot of your knives have a dip right here if they have the Bowie point on them. Maybe a spear point or some kind of change in this tip area. For batoning, you want as much surface area as you can to chop the widest possible log that you're trying to split. If your tip comes down or changes or is sharp, it changes how your batoning stick is going to react on here. I wanted the tip to be as strong as possible, and again, this grind is off because I did it by hand and wasn't really paying that much attention, but it's very thick all the way down to the end. So the two on the right are the final designs that I came up with. The only difference between the two is the tip. One has a spay point and one has a straight backed Bowie. And this is, of course, the cold steel leather neck as a comparison. And when I was building these, I did not have this knife with me. As you can see, the handle lengths are all the same. The blade, the total knife length is the same. The only difference is the choil here takes away about 3/4 to 1 inch of the blade. So this blade, these two blades are 6 and this one is a 7. My design is a U-shaped pommel that will be TIG welded on. Currently I don't have a TIG welder, so I use my MIG welder, and I just tacked it on the top, and on the bottom I made a weld from the handle in a U pattern here over to the pommel. I like a pommel. A lot of your Schrade knives, a lot of every knife has just an angle to the flat stock for your finger to grip onto. I just prefer it. It's going to be a little more difficult to build rather than just cutting out and leaving the knife flat. But I find that being able to pound with this it's a feature. You need it, or I do. Hopefully other people will too. I wanted a full width all the way through, and the blade doesn't start until after the choil. You're not going to cut yourself on any part of this. That was another feature I wanted. I'm going to talk to my friend in the next week or so and see if he can water jet some blanks out for me. The hardest part about building this for me is cutting this groove in the pommel and the actual shape. There's a lot of work goes into just making that little piece on the end. And to have him water jet that out, it's going to be a breeze. Once everything's jetted out and ground and the end is tagged on to the blade, the end of the handle here, the whole unit will go in as a heat treat. And then when it comes back, then the handles will be put on. So let me know what you think of them. Let me know which tip design you like the best. I like this tip. I like the look of it. It works really good for drilling holes. The point is centered on the blade. The Bowie style tip will do it, obviously. It's going to take a little more work. It's going to be a little different hole, but that tip, you can do more little fine tuning with it. Those are the two prototypes that I've come up with. So if you like this video, click the like button. Post a comment below. Let me know what steel and which tip you like the best and any tweaks that you might think of. I'll take everything into consideration. It's pretty easy to change at this point. And if you're not a subscriber, head back to the channel, check out some of the videos I've done. If you like them, hit the subscribe button. And as always, thank you for watching. This is Lazy Man Prepper, out.